Out of my way! Can't you see he's gonna kick my butt? Hi there, young people. Nice day today.
So, you like kicking butts, do ya? Well, we'll show you, old man! There he is!
So, yep, this, as you judge by the clip, I know I'm gonna get some haters. I don't care. Your fandom is just shit. I think the current SpongeBob, like, movies and the seasons just suck. It just spits on the original creator's vision. And I know people are gonna get mad at me for saying that, but you gotta think about it. The old G seasons, the first 3 seasons, and the movie were the prime time for SpongeBob. And I know some people are gonna be shocked that I'm even discussing this, but I just gotta say my opinion on this. I think the current seasons of SpongeBob and the movies are trash. I think the artistic style and the choices that they made are just beyond just bad. It just spits on the original creator's vision. Rest in peace, Steven Hellenberg. You did such a great job with the original OG 3 seasons and the movie. I understood that the movie was supposed to be the ending of SpongeBob, and that was it. He didn't want to keep going. The jokes were good. That's why the last movie was just like, I'm going to wrap everything up. I'm going to tell the story how I want to tell it, and not let corporate greed and corporate vision try to push out more and more seasons. That's why he left. But as you can judge by the beginning clip, I'm going to piss off a lot of people for my opinion on certain things like this. But I don't really care for the current season of SpongeBob, and I'm very nervous to see what the future is going to be for certain things, like the leaked Sandy Cheeks movie, the new SpongeBob movie. We all knew this was going to happen. We all figured this was going to happen. There's nothing we could do. The corporate people at Nickelodeon want to exploit SpongeBob for its creative value and its vision. I just wish we could go back to the old days where the jokes were a lot more on the nose. Some of the jokes were more adult humor, like potty mouth humor, to the point where people could actually understand it. Like me right now, I've rewatched the original 3 seasons about 1,000 times, and I thought the jokes were actually kind of good. They're actually better than what the current seasons are doing. I think the current season jokes, like the newer ones, are just kind of disgusting. Like, I just don't care. It's just shock factor just for shock factor. It doesn't seem like these writers don't get a grasp of what makes the original 3 seasons good. And I wish they would take a note on what the original 3 seasons did, so then they can catch up to that point where, hey, look, we're actually doing stuff that actually makes sense. We're not creating shit jokes just to fit with the current fandom. I think the current fandom is just stupid. Some of the people who like the current seasons have very stupid opinions on what the current season of SpongeBob should be. I think the original 3 seasons made a prime example of what SpongeBob should be. There's some potty mouth humor, there's some lessons that can be learned from all those episodes, and there's funny moments that have spawned because of that. Like Patrick wearing the cone on his head, you got Mrs. Puff going to prison, which was actually kind of funny. What else? Plankton trying to steal Mr. Krabs' formula. I thought the way Plankton went about trying to steal Mr. Krabs' formulas were creative, they were funny, it was very on the nose. You could understand that the villain has a goal, a value to wanting to steal the Krabby Patty formula. But it just feels like nowadays you're just sitting there like, man, doesn't it kind of just feel a little bit repetitive? Like with the newer seasons, like you had Atlantis Square Pantis, Truth or Square. I'm just naming a bunch of specials off the top of my head. You had they parodied the Corona. I don't even want to say the word Corona. They parodied that. What else? Yeah, that was really it. Then you had the shit SpongeBob movies. I thought the one with the Keanu Reeves was just okay. It was good. Some of the humor was okay. Like, they were starting to actually understand, okay, maybe we should go on the nose a little bit. Maybe we should tell jokes that actually connect with the fandom a little bit. Like, you can balance out both sides. You can play the field from both sides. But you just gotta be good at telling these jokes. The current jokes in the seasons just suck. It just feels like they're just sitting around just coming up with these shit dad jokes. I don't mean to swear. These shit dad jokes that just don't make sense. Like, what's the point? I get Mr. Krabs is supposed to be a cheapskate. I get that. And I get that SpongeBob is supposed to be weak, but why is he gotta have muscles? Why is he gotta have superpowers? That's just kind of dumb. It just feels like you're going through this whole phase of, maybe we should get the Marvel audience or the Disney audience. You guys are running out of ideas. These execs just don't think about what they're supposed to do. They just throw these ideas through a blender, and they're just like, alright, this works. Alright, we don't even have to write the series. Alright, let's go on vacation. I just think the current SpongeBob like series and seasons and movies just kind of suck. They just don't work. Like, you can tell by like how half-baked some of the series moments are, and you can't really name like a good moment from any of the new stuff. It's just boring. It just doesn't work. I just don't think that the SpongeBob fandom from S1 and S3 and the movie don't want this. We don't want the vision of what SpongeBob is supposed to be tainted on paper. We just want a good season. That's all we want. We just want a clean slate. Why don't we just make jokes that are funny? Why don't we just make jokes that connect with the audience at best? Because this ain't working. If you guys like this kind of video, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm probably going to post another video on this too, going into the future. If I watch the Sandy Cheeks movie, I'm probably going to end up forcing myself to watch it. But let me know if you guys have a differing opinion. I'm open to honest, constructive criticism. I'll debate with you. I'll tell you what I liked about the original 3 seasons and what I don't like about the rest of the 9 seasons and the movies that we have now. But if you guys liked it, subscribe and like. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.